Сидим в своей квартире и тихо с тобой говорим, что происходит в мире. Welcome, Xena. Thank you for joining us today for this interview.
Hi, Christian. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah, we're excited to have you too. Just a bit about what we're doing. Glass is a Danish company, and we have had a lot of success in Denmark, but we are always trying to expand outside of Denmark, and we are also very much trying to inspire both our artists and our writers and also our employees and like the whole music business in general, and like how they can like develop themselves in the industry, how they can actually break borders, and how they can actually get their music and the whole idea about working with music more outside of Denmark, which is a tiny country compared to both Russia and the United States. Yeah, so thank you for doing this interview. And well, I've just heard so much about you, but I think you should introduce yourself and like who you are and a bit about your story.
Sure. So my name is Xena Plat, but I go by Xena Plat because it's easier for everyone. No one can pronounce my real name. And I'm a part of Foreman Music Group right now. I'm doing marketing over there. I just develop and implementing marketing strategies, including social media, email marketing. And I also do some administrative type of job, like just trying to set up our internal processes and organize them well so that we can operate well as a company. And I have been doing marketing for various entertainment companies and artists for a few years already. And as a singer songwriter myself, I know how marketing can be valuable and how it can influence your career. And whoever I worked with, I really try to uh, make some impact, positive impact, and positively influence artists' careers or the company where I work, and get, for example, if we are working on promoting a release, I'm trying to gain more traction for this release, gain more streams, etc. If I work for a company, obviously we're gathering and looking for new clients, trying to promote our products, and just overall work on branding and stuff to make it more desirable for our potential clients.
Oh.
And
Actually, I want to ask you just before we go into all that, because of course that I want to hear what you do now, but I'm very interested in why you're sitting right now in California.
yeah,
And like what is that story? How do you, yeah, and I got time, go into
yeah,
details,
thank
because this is for me important that it can inspire other people's that I might, how the US is this huge music industry where all the famous people are and all the big stars is like, and what does it take to go from a country like Russia
you.
and to come here and do all the things that you just said is really interesting. So yeah, just start from the beginning and like
Yeah,
what happened and why do you speak English so well and all these different things. I wanna know it all.
this is what I was going to say. Like, be prepared. That's a long story.
Yeah,
So
but I want to hear it.
talking and talking.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I was born in Russia, and I spent my entire life over there. At the age of 17, I moved to Moscow from my hometown and started working as a sales personnel at Synergy University, which is one of the largest private universities in Russia. And I worked for this company for 5 years, and for 3.5 years. For the last 3.5 years, I worked as a head of sales department, and I was managing about 40 salespeople, just training them, teaching them how to work with customers, how to do cold calling. I was also developing marketing materials and overall marketing strategy, including emails and stuff. So this is where I actually fell in love with marketing and sales, and I knew that this is what I'm going to do for a living. But at the same time, I music is my main passion. So I also knew that I'm going to be working in music, but I didn't know what exactly I'm going to do. And at that time, when I finished working for the Synergy University, I was not sure that I'm going to be a singer songwriter or an artist. I was not ready for that at that time, 100%. So I was like, okay, I know how to market things, I know how to sell things, and I know how to manage people. So I'll be an artist manager. And from there, I just started gathering, searching information. You know, maybe you've heard the Russian music industry has not developed yet to the fullest, so to say. The music is great. The artists that we have are great. I really enjoy listening to Russian music, but the overall business side of the whole industry is weak. And I was just thinking, where should I go to learn about the real music industry world, and where I can get experience and I can gain connections and build my network and stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe I should go to the United States, because the American pop culture and overall American culture is very popular all over the world, and people listen to American music, people watch films that were made in America, etc., etc. So I I found a UCLA Music Business Certificate program and applied to that. And at the age of 22, I packed my stuff and moved to Los Angeles.
Wait, was it easy to become a student there? Like, what did you have to apply for stuff, and like, did it have anything to do with music when you went to the school?
Yeah, so um, for me to be able to enroll to this program, I had to pass a TOEFL test, which is a test that proves your knowledge of the English language as a second language. So
Okay, so you speak English at this point when you were in Russia?
when I was in Russia, I thought I know the English language well, but that
Hmm.
was a big mistake, because I passed this test in Russia 3 times. And for just for general understanding, the maximum score, as far as I remember, for TOEFL is 110 or 120. This is the maximum that you can get, and I got 50 or 55.
Oh,
So it was very low. It's like a beginner type of level.
yeah.
But I decided to come here anyway, and I was just practicing my English language here. And I was just, taking this test over and over again until I got 83 score 83, which is the minimum score to enroll to this music business certificate program at UCLA. It
Okay.
was it was a journey because when I came here by myself. So I didn't know anybody in Los Angeles at that time. I lived in Westwood, like in a small dorm, and it was full of international people, like Japanese, Koreans, Mexicans, um, Americans too. But I didn't meet Russians at all for the first 6 months of me living in Los Angeles. And I thought that I'm the only Russian here, which is not true, because I just lived in Westwood, which is UCLA village, and it's not like a popular area between Russian community. But then I met Russians too. And it helped me to learn the English language too, because I had to speak in English, and I was
Hmm.
surrounded by people who was speaking English only.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was a journey, and it was fun and scary, but it was okay. And then I don't know, a few months later, maybe like 5 or 6 months I spent here. I was also working, like I was freelancing at that time, working for Russian companies, which helped me a lot to like make money for a living and stuff while I was learning the English language. Um, but yeah, I think after 5 or 6 months, I passed the test, and then I applied for applied to this program, and then started my education. and they didn't require any music related background or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it was comparatively easy to apply.
Wow, that sounds really fun. And then you fly into LAX and you stand there with your bags, and then you're suddenly in Los Angeles and just have to figure everything out. How was that? How did that make you feel in a country like that?
I could not leave my room at the dorm for a few days. I think maybe for a week. I even don't remember. I was really, really scared of everything because everything felt really new, and I didn't, you know, everything around you, even the architecture is different. The everything is different.
I've actually been to Moscow, and I have to say, even though Moscow is pretty like it's very evolved and a beautiful city, and it doesn't like it seems like a big city. I can't think of many things that are more far from Los Angeles than coming directly from. I don't remember where you're from in Russia.
The city is called Yaroslav. It's a small town,
Okay.
close to Moscow. Yeah.
But if it's anything like that, and then coming from there to Los Angeles, it must have been so so weird and different, but also
Yeah.
exciting, I guess.
It was weird for sure. It was exciting. Um, this cultural differences, the language barrier. This is what really upsets you at the very
Mm.
beginning. It makes you feel off a little bit and like an alien of some sort. But it's okay. People here are really friendly, and I really enjoy the fact that Los Angeles is an international city. So kind of a lot of people I met here, they are foreigners, so they understand me,
Yeah.
and this is
Yeah, I guess
that
it is the
helps.
city that everybody comes to in a way from all like very few people actually grow up in LA in the same way. Were you in any way like when you came in the first, were you regretting it? Like did you have like this is not right? Like were you
And I was really mad at myself because I'm so stupid and I cannot pass this test.
right?
I was not regretting anything. I was just calling my mom and like, why I cannot pass this test? I'm trying so
Mm,
hard. I'm like pushing myself and it's just not working. And she's
mm,
like, okay, if you want to leave then and go back to Russia, then do that.
mm,
Then what? You failed, it's okay, you can just keep going, keep living. But if you really want to try and do something, then you just gotta push forward. And
yeah.
yeah, but it's really important to have somebody by your side. In my case, it was my mom who was
Mm,
we were chatting like every day, even though before when I lived in Moscow, like rarely we would have a call, like once a week. And when I came to the United States, I was calling her like twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, just to discuss whatever happened throughout the day, and like have some support and stuff. But 6 months later, after I just arrived here, I met Russian friends, and that helped me a lot to just feel that I'm not alone here. um, and also but I'm not trying to like get into the Russian community and explore it here in Los Angeles, because my main goal was to explore the American culture
yeah.
and to work internationally, worldwide, not to find a little Russia in America.
Mm.
That's
No, it
not
makes
my goal.
sense.
So I'm not like really obsessed with Russians. It's just
Mm.
really nice to have people who can speak your language here
Yeah, and so
and
who
understand you.
understands you? It's the same when I'm in Los Angeles, and suddenly if I know other Danish people are here, even though we don't see each other at home, then suddenly we meet up here because that's just what how you kind of relate to somebody in a different way. So I totally understand that.
Exactly.
But then you were at the school, and then yeah, let me know what was next step.
So I pursued my education. It was super fun, and my first quarter was with Dina Lapold. She was teaching. music business law, and she was just amazing. I don't know, she's just a great person. And we had many different instructors coming and teaching us, and I've met cool people and met cool teachers, and I was so inspired by everything. And I was like, yeah, that's what I came for. This is great. And after the second quarter, I believe you have a chance to apply for an internship and just, gain some experience. And I started searching and gathering for internship, and this is where I found Dame Dash Studios. And I started interning over there. Dame Dash Studios is a streaming platform for TV shows and films, founded by Damon Dash, who's just great person, an amazing um, music business person, and overall entertainment businessman. And after interning there for a few months, I got a job offer from them, and I started working for them part time, and
Okay.
it turned into full time.
And what did you do there? What was your job?
So um, there I was doing so many things that I've never done before, which was scary and cool at the same time. And I was working mainly on social media, also organizing stuff at the company, just working on some internal documents. And this is where I got a chance to be a producer for a couple of shows and be a production coordinator, which was amazing. They basically taught me how to organize a production day, so to say, like how to create a shooting schedule, how to put together a shot list, how to source actors and actresses, how to book locations and stuff. So they gave me a lot of knowledge, and I really appreciate that. And besides filming and creating like some content for the streaming platform, Damon also started his own band. It's called the Black Guns, and they were recording music and doing virtual concerts, which was super cool. And I was also involved in that, just assisting, doing casual day-to-day tasks, also managing social media and doing marketing stuff. Yeah, and big thanks to Damon, Rochelle, and Nicolette, who actually really influenced me and helped me to think different. Because
Did you feel
before,
that you could use some of the skills that you've learned in Russia and the job that you had there? Like, did you feel that you could take some of those abilities with you in this new job?
yes, 100%. So in Russia, I forgot to mention that after I quit my job at Synergy, I started my own company, and it was like a music label. And I just found a couple artists and I started managing them. So that also helped me to just understand what artist management is, and also kind of get into the music industry. And all the knowledge that I had from the Synergy University, from my own experience in Russia, helped me a lot, especially just doing all administrative type of job and managing people on set. For example, if I had this type of task for a shooting day, um, and just creatively, I was also creating content for Damon's social media, and that also helped me a lot, because before I was into marketing and creating marketing materials, and also like it's the same, you
Hmm.
gotta have the same mindset, so to say, to complete this type of tasks. And regarding other tasks that I was doing at Damon's, I was also at some point managing content on our platforms. So just an ability to manage and organize things really helps to do so. So yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
And then you were working there, but I also heard about you working uh, three jobs at a time or something like that.
Yeah, that happened
Tell
too.
me about your day when that was happening.
About three jobs. At that time, I decided to leave Dame Dash Studios, and I really wanted to try myself working in a music publishing company. And I applied to one, and they accepted my application for internship. And then COVID started, so they closed
Oh,
their internship program, and
so
I
this is
was
March 2020.
yes, it was in March, I think, 2020, when like
Yeah.
everything was shut down. For the entire month, I was just trying to figure out what to do, and I was searching for job opportunities. And then I was basically, I opened Google Maps, and I found any music related company, and I just uh, looked at their website, and if I liked it, I would say I would send an application, even though they do not have a job posting or they're not searching for interns, because at that time nobody was searching for interns. So I had to just source it myself. And then happily and fortunately, 401 replied, and we had like a series of interviews. And then I started interning for 401, but at the same time, it was unpaid internship. So I had to find something just to pay my bills and to maintain my living. So I found a sports company. They sell just some fitness stuff, like resistance bands, like clothing and other things. And I started working as a brand manager. So I was working for the fitness company from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then my internship would start from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., I would
Wow.
work again for this fitness company.
Wow.
And I was doing that 3 days in a week, and for Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, I was fully working for the fitness company. And on Saturday, because on Saturday this fitness company doesn't work, and they are not allowing other people. Even though I was like kind of a freelancer and I was working remotely, they do not allow people to work on Saturday. I had to find an offline job.
Oh.
Yeah. um and I worked there just for a day, but then I would switch, like within it lasted for 3 months. And I would switch, like some week I would work more offline for another company, and the other week I would work more for a fitness company. But yeah, it was a crazy period of time.
Hmm.
And
It sounds really, really crazy, but at least you are showing also what it takes to actually to actually live your dream when you just come out of nowhere into a new country. But we will get back to that later. So what happened? You were working these jobs, and what was the next step?
so yeah, I worked at Dame Dash Studios, and I finished working there on March or April, the end of April in 2020. And then,
Mhm.
as I mentioned, I found this internship, and they closed their internship program. And then I was searching for uh, some other opportunities. I found 401, and I started interning for 401 Music Group, which was amazing. I really enjoyed everything because a lot of tasks that I was doing were new to me, like song registration or metadata or anything else. Like basically everything, so to say, was new to me. And
And
I
how did you
felt,
learn how to do those things? Like if you didn't know how, like how do you?
yeah, I felt hungry. I really wanted to know how to do those tasks. And the team at 401 Music Group is amazing. They taught me everything. Basically, they walked me through each step of each process. And it was really nice. Like, I wouldn't say it was too complicated. Um, I also was like just searching and gathering information on my own. thanks God we have the internet, so it
Mhm.
really helps if you don't know anything. And besides that, at that time when I started working for 411, I already graduated from this music business certificate program, so I had like a basic understanding of what music publishing is. So I could understand what Harry Fox is, and what
Hmm.
other things are, what royalties, how it's being divided and collected and stuff. So I had like a basic understanding of it. But before, I, I had never had such tasks, and that was all new to me. Yeah,
Wow, that's really interesting. And then you worked, so you're working at 411, and then you like, because you're still working at 411,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So at the end of my internship, Kristen offered me to stay part time, and then it transitioned to full time, and I just kept working ever since.
Wow.
And yeah, just my colleagues were so kind and attentive, and they, I guess, what Kristen says and what other colleague colleagues say, that they asked Kristen to keep me in the company
Wow.
because I was useful. And I, like, one of my friends told me that I'm the only person she knows who got a job after internship twice, because I had two internships, and I got a job offer after them.
Yeah.
But I guess it's hard, but at the same time, you just gotta bring new ideas. This is what I feel it really applies to every type of job. If you're just learning and taking from your employer and from the company, you'll never get anything from the company. You gotta bring new ideas, you gotta be proactive, you gotta create something, you gotta help, you gotta like see what can be optimized and work really hard, and then you can get some feedback and get something, that can help in your career potentially and push you forward.
Yeah.
So I'm just, every time when I had an opportunity to intern, I would do the same. I would just really focus on it, and it doesn't matter whether it's paid or not paid. I always can figure out the way to pay the bills. It just the matter of whether you want it enough or not. If you
That's
want it, you'll get it.
Well, yeah, I guess it is, but if you want it, and then you'll get it if you put in the work, obviously, and if you put in the ideas, and you also make sure that you develop, because this, you actually just said all this, but it was what would be one of my questions is like, what is what is the best advice, but you basically just gave it, in terms of like bringing, not just doing what you're told, but also bringing new ideas to the table. And as an employer who also has interns, I would definitely agree with you, saying that the interns that first of all works really hard, and of course socially works on the team, but then also actively tries to bring in ideas and are not afraid of being like turned down. Those are the people that can actually develop within the company. So I think you're very right, and I think that's a good
Yeah.
what advice to anybody watching this. If you want to, if you get that internship, treat it as if it was your own company. So you told me a bit about this in the beginning, but tell me, what is your job now at 411, and like what kind of responsibilities do you have, and like, yeah, just in general what you do now.
Besides developing and implementing marketing strategies, I also do admin work and work on optimizing and organizing internal documents just to keep everyone on track and make our internal processes organized. Maybe even change something and optimize it in a way. For regarding marketing, actively working on email marketing, creating newsletters, email sequences for different types of clients so that we can track and send our client a targeted offer, the offer that will be relevant for this client specifically. So this is what I'm doing. For social media, we're just trying to be really active and showcase our artists and projects, and just show our expertise as a publishing company. Just recently, I was also working and I was a production coordinator for another project that we started. We were creating a reel 2021 just to show our recent projects,
Mm.
and that was an interesting task. And this is actually where all the knowledge that I gained from Dame Dash Studios helped me a lot, because
Mm.
I had to produce this reel. So once we finalized the first draft of the idea, I put together a document, found a production company. It's called 50 Star Cinema, and we had multiple Zoom calls just to discuss the project and decide how we're gonna film it and how we're gonna edit it. And for the reel, we had an idea to have 3 organic scenes that we had to shoot ourselves. Um, and we would use those organic scenes as an opening for each part of the reel. Basically, we had 3 parts of the reel for different types of projects we have, including ad sync, TV film sync, and custom. So for each part, we had to create the opening, the organic, and shoot the organic scene. So this is where I put together a shooting schedule. Found I was gathering and searching for actors and actresses. I found them. I booked the locations, and 50 Star Cinema also helped me to book one beautiful location on the rooftop, which is my favorite. And yeah, then after the shooting day, we just continued working on that, and 50 Star Cinema did a great job editing it.
Mm.
And after a few changes, it was done basically.
A lot of these things that you do at 411, is that stuff you're being told, or you're still bringing ideas, a new way of doing business to the table, or like?
Yeah, I'm trying to. First of all, I'm always reading music industry news, and I'm always looking at our competitors' websites or social media, or even other companies like distribution companies, for example. They most of them have a really good social media strategy. So I kind of like see ideas and I try to save it. So for example, I don't know if we can name companies, but I was scrolling through Instagram page of one distribution company, really successful and well known, and I was just writing down what type of posts they are doing and what posts are the most engaging, so we can um, maybe change it in a way and then do
Be
something
inspired by that.
similar. Yeah. And I'm also um, all the time just reading about marketing, because marketing is always evolving. It's not like you can learn about it and then that's it. It's always, there are so many new tools that are being produced by different IT companies that actually help with marketing. And besides marketing, also I forgot that I work on customer relationship management. We have like a CRM system.
Mm.
We kind of have information on all of our clients, and working on managing it and optimizing it too. So even this CRM system we are using is always evolving and changing, and you have to learn and you have to read information about it and implement um, into your work practice.
Mm. Yeah. So Yeah, actually, that also, to sum that up, is like it's not like you just get a job and then okay, then you just do that. It's like you have to develop with your job, obviously, and that's what you're doing. I wanted to ask you about. You said that you were also singer songwriter. Are you still doing that? Can you balance that out, or did you just forget about that dream, or like what do you think? Um,
So, for singer songwriter, I started singing when I was a little girl, like when I was 10, I guess. But I started writing songs maybe a few years ago, and I did record a few of them, and was working with an amazing producer. His name is Boris. But I never released anything because I just didn't feel it's good enough, first of all. And then I knew that I'm just trying to find my voice, and I don't want to release something I'm not comfortable with and I'm not sure about. And Yeah, so it didn't interfere with my career because my career is in the first place, and then songwriting and singing is in the second place. But I'm trying to balance it right now and have singer songwriting stuff balanced with my career, because I'm also interested in the creative part of it. And when I found out that Kristen is organizing songwriting camps, I was amazed by it because it sounded like a great idea. Just putting together different people, producers, composers, singers, and songwriters, and they create something completely different. And this is where I was like, yeah, I want to do the same, and I want to put. I want to have my own writing camp, and I hosted my first writing camp a month ago. Um, it was me and three of my friends. Two of them are singer songwriters, and one is a producer. They are just amazing people, really talented, and I was inviting them on purpose because of their abilities, uh, for singers because of their voice abilities, because of their performance. For the producer, he's just a magician. I don't know. He does mixing, mastering. His name is Boris. I already mentioned that. He also is multi instrumentalist. He plays all possible instruments. I don't know, drums, bass guitar, guitar, piano, everything. So he was for the song that we were creating during the songwriting camp. He was a producer and he did all music arrangement. And Julia, it is a songwriter, singer songwriter, and Amelie, also singer songwriter, and me, we were more working on the lyric, on how we're gonna sing it and how we're gonna perform it, and we ended up having, I think, a really good song. And we
right.
had a special vision for this songwriting camp. We wanted to create a catchy, dancey pop song for TikTok. So
Mm,
we actually, I made a research on all popular TikTok songs beforehand, and
mm,
we had a meeting before the music session where we kind of discussed everything, and I showed them my research, and we just you know pointed out key things, like how it should sound, what type of words we should be using, and we put it all together, and then yeah, and made a song. We're releasing
right.
it this week, so we're very excited.
So you are able to balance that passion in your life with your job at 411. That's really that's nice to hear that it's possible, because I know a lot of people out there is like, often you go into the music industry, it is because of a love of music, and many people are creative at the same time. So it's nice to hear that it is possible to both get your job and actually work on your music at the same time. So I want to hear a few more things. I want to hear where you think you can go and where do you want to go. What are your dreams and your visions for your future and stuff like that?
Start working on Russian music industry. Started working on making it better,
Mhm.
basically, because as I mentioned, the Russian music industry hasn't developed yet, but not music wise, business wise.
Mm.
And I could clearly see how our process is being organized here in the United States and how well it's organized. And I was amazed by this infrastructure. And I think it would be really nice to have the same thing in Russia. So it's kind of a ultimate goal for me to help um, our Russian singer songwriters and Russian music industry to develop in the same way. So, and for the United States, I just, again, it's partially related with my desire to show the Russian music to the world. So, in the future, I'll try to, even in my creative projects, I will try to implement more of like a Russian culture. It's including aesthetic, and maybe I'll be singing in Russian too, like some parts of the songs.
Mhm.
um, and that would be really nice because it feels like our culture needs to be heard, and I would love to do that here in the United States. And besides that, obviously I wanted to develop myself here and like work on my career and
Mm.
go higher and higher, meet new people, work on new exciting projects, and just keep going.
That sounds great. Well, I definitely believe in you.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
I we always do this where I want you, and you can take your time, but I want you to give three good advice to somebody like you sitting, like obviously this mostly Danish people that's going to listen to this, but sitting in another country and want to make it and go to the US, or in, it doesn't even have to be US, it can just be somebody who wants to break free of what they're in. What are the three best, like very direct advices you could give?
Mhm. Yeah, the first one I would say, never take your health, physical and mental, for granted, and always take care of it. Because me myself, like I thought I'm a young uh, person, I can handle everything, but it turns out you can really damage yourself this way if you're pushing yourself too hard, if you're overworking, if you're overdoing, if you're overstressing. So that's definitely my number one, especially now. It take care of your mental health, physical health. Maybe that statement will change in the future, but I would say that don't try to do everything for money. Like, you gotta spend some time working on yourself, on your career, on proving yourself to other people and to your potential employers. And just don't work just for money somewhere else. Just
Mm.
really focus on your main thing, because eventually you'll get paid for what you're doing if you're good enough. But if you're doing multiple things at the same time, it's really hard to focus, um, especially if you're splitting your time 50-50.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
my case, when I was interning for 411, I was spending like 70% of my time for the internship. So I was focusing. But there were times where I was splitting my time 50-50 between the music industry and my career in the music industry, and working somewhere else, doing completely opposite, nothing related to the entertainment industry. And I just lost time. Like, I was
Yeah.
making money, but I was losing time, and I would
Yeah.
rather save some time and then make money afterwards.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah. And the third would be uh, be open-minded, um, and always listen to all critical thoughts that you're getting, and analyze it and accept it. um, it really helps to develop yourself personally and professionally. Do not refuse any information you're getting, and whatever you're doing, question it and ask other people to question it, so that you can poke holes and um, just develop more faster.
Yeah, I think that's a really good advice. And I also want to add, just so everybody remembers, because I thought it was important when we talked about it, that when you get a chance to show what you can do, make sure that you just give it that little extra thing, and also contribute with a little bit more than, not a little bit, but at least a little bit more than what you're asked to do. I think that was a very good advice you gave earlier. Well, great. Thanks a lot for your very inspiring story. And I'm sure I'm going to see you out there in the music industry,
Thank you.
hopefully worldwide.
Thank you for having me. It was really cool. Really,
Excuse me, I can hear.
thank you for having me. It was really cool.
Yes.
Really interesting. You got great questions that
Mm,
make me think.
oh, that's good. I'm happy about that. Well, I think, yeah, thanks a lot. And I can't wait to follow your journey.
Thank you.